'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. I am so annoyed that I got this stupid thing. I mean, typically I got it from a charity shop, so maybe my £1 helped somewhere. But this right here is the representation of when you don't want to be doing certain stuff with work, but then you feel peer pressured, okay, work pressured. We need to start a support group for those of us, yeah, that feel pressured by workplace culture, in the name of workplace culture, to do these weird festive things like Christmas jumpers and Christmassy festivities, and oh, we're doing this for Christmas, so you know, bring in your... My friend, me, Christmas Day, I put my Christmas tree up 2 days before Christmas, and now you want me to come in the festive spirit and come with Christmas jumpers? That's not part of my drip. Now I'm out here in charity shops scouring for Christmas jumpers because I refuse to pay more than £10 for something I'm only going to wear once a year, and maybe occasionally for pyjamas when I get cold. You must be mad. But yeah, support your local charity shops, guys. It's not drip or drown, it's drip and discount. It's subsidized drip. That's what we try to do. But hello, welcome to my Christmas edition of my YouTube videos that I have not done in a million years. And I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, but at the same time, when I came and screwed this camera onto my ring light, the first thing that came into my head is, I'm just gonna say, I hated 2019. But actually, as I started setting things up to just vent, I realised, no, that's not what I'm going to do, because I can't end every year. Not that I do, because honestly, this has probably been like my hardest year mentally for me, just because of the expectations I set on myself and feeling like I've honestly not... I want to, if I'm being transparent and honest, I just feel like I haven't lived up to my potential in any sense of the word this year. But then I was like, let me actually be self-aware and reflect on this year and why I personally feel like I fell short, and actually address the feelings behind feeling like that and why I do, because I feel like it's not just me. Like, if something happens to you, then something could be happening, something is more than likely, if not certainly, happening to other people. And hopefully you take me seriously with this stupid thing on my head today, but I just felt like, let me add a little bit of woo, Christmas cheer. I don't even know where to start with this year, because actually, if I really think about it, this could really turn into a therapy session for me. And while that is good, let me actually collect my thoughts so I'm not just offloading on camera and just piling it there for you to just watch. No. So I wanted to come here and say, hi guys, 2019 has been absolutely pants, but I tried to set time aside to actually plan out, not even just so much New Year's resolutions, but really like be intentional about what kind of things I want to do in the new year, what kind of habits that I want to make sure I keep, and what kind of habits I want to lose, and things of that nature. First step, honestly, the first step to anything, before you make a New Year's resolution, before you're resolving something, you need to know what the issues are, and you need to know what you don't like. You need to know what's going well, what's not going well. The classic thing in school of what went well and even better if, all those kind of stuff. You need to do that work before you try to add flowers into a bed of soil that is actually deceased, decayed, dehydrated, parched, worse for wear. What's arid, is that what it's called? Arid land. Sorry, I have not done geography since year 9, because that subject just gave me bad vibes. One of the big lessons or takeaways that I've taken is the idea of success and my attachment to success. I feel like I didn't realize how much my attachment to success wasn't healthy for me, actually. And it hasn't been, because it's literally made me feel like a shell of myself. And I'll explain that a little bit more. Ooh, that was very big to say. It's made me feel a bit like a shell of myself, and I think various factors impact that. So I kind of just wanted to get into that, because girl, it's about to get a little bit deep. But I hope you got your goggles on, girl. We going underwater deep. We going Blackstreet deep, 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 deep. Right, let me break it down. So just to quickly set the scene, because I feel like I'm gonna be like a broken record, but this year was my first year out of education, completely done. The shackles of institutional education, formal testing, examination, over, done. This was the first year where I was just jumped off the ledge and see what caught me. And what caught me was stress and adulting and feeling very lost and confused and like a shell of myself. Like I said before, it was just a lot of, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? Like, what is going on? What am I doing wrong? Like, why do I feel like I'm looking left and right and every single person and their sister, cousin, brother, friend, mother is doing so well? Like, what did I do wrong? I know I have the drive, the determination, all of that stuff. Like, I know I work well in teams. Actually, more importantly, I also know I'm not a pagan, you know. Like, I know I'm not bad vibes. I just felt like I was not getting the, like I haven't had the opportunity to excel. Woo, I just made a word, success and excel, but then that also sounds like some weird website. When you feel like you're not doing those two things and you're somebody that has you're tied to success, like your identity and success are like this, and there's no room for separation. Like, your success is you and your success. This is what makes you whole. Like, it's dangerous. And this year I've actually realized that, like, it's good to be an overachiever, whatever that means, but as much as it can be positive, when things aren't going how you want it to go, girl, you gonna sink or you gonna swim, and I almost sunk, honey. But no, I did the internal work to understand that I am not my success, and that does not mean that I do nothing with myself. That does not mean that I don't thrive and I don't go for opportunities and I don't put myself forward. But it means that I am not my success. Hello, my name is Jerida. I am me. This is me. I am who I am. I'm here, the person that's showing up. I don't need to be doing a certain thing or have achieved a certain thing to be any less or any more of me. I'm just me. And there's something that I really love that Oprah stands for, and she says your purpose in life is just to become more of yourself. And you really have to let that, like, no, hold on, sorry, I can't speak, because my purpose, as in all of our purposes, as in what God has put us on this earth to do, yeah, is to be more of ourselves. And this isn't even on a preaching tip, like, as in not to become more like this celebrity that you love, not to become more of your friend that you see excelling and succeeding in this, or that person that you follow on social media that has this body and has this bag and is doing this event, and all. More of you, as in to be walking more in your lane, to be running in your lane, to be running the race, to be first place in your lane, because it's your lane. How can you be anything other than first place if you're in your own lane, as in no one else is in your lane? Like, fam, it's mad. Yeah, I didn't feel like that. I just felt like I was last place in everyone else's lane, because I was judging where I am based on what? If there's no one else around and you're not consuming anything, or you're not witnessing, or no, let me not even say witnessing, and you're not judging yourself by other people, then you would not feel like you're running out of time. Ooh, honey, like, who are you comparing yourself to? Like, God has put you on here to be more of you, not of more than anyone else. So why are you feeling like you're last place? Baby girl, that ain't even your lane. You could never be first place in somebody else's lane. So stop judging yourself by somebody else's race. And that is very, very, very difficult to internalize. So when everything externally is looking like, all right, do I have these savings, do I have this job, do I have, like, when someone says, oh, what are you doing, or all of those things, why do I instantly feel embarrassed? And that's how I felt. Like, when someone asks you, oh, what are you doing in life, you feel like you have to justify why you're not in a certain place. Oh, I'm not doing this, but then this, and giving the whole backstory. No, you're not your successes, you're not your losses, you're just you, point blank period. Nothing can take that away or add to it. You're just becoming more of yourself. So sorry, I have to reiterate that point, because I honestly think it is so pivotal to the perspective that I am now in, and that perspective that I'm now in has put me into a place where I know what adjustments I want to make leading up to the new year, and in the new year, and actually for the rest of my life. And what that led me to was just this feeling of, wow, we don't realize how at every angle all we're doing is judging other people's moves and trying to recreate or outdo or live up to them, rather than understanding who we are and how we can become more of ourselves. Like, if I woke up today and said, how do I become more myself and how do I bring more myself to every table, there's less of a pressure there, because you just show up as yourself and you're confident and you're assured in that, and you have certainty in that, because you go to bed with you, you eat with you, you sleep with you, you watch Netflix with you, you read books with you, you listen to music, you dance with you. Like, everything you do is you. So why then, when it comes to your successes now, you're comparing yourself to other people? Baby girl, that's not your race. Baby boy, that's not your game, like, at all. You know, when you know, as kids, when you're watching like your cousins or your older siblings or other people playing video games, and you're like, I want to play, and they give you the controller but the controller doesn't work. That's literally what it's like. You feel like, I'm doing this and nothing's happening, because it's not for you. Like, you're not controlling this one. And one thing that I'm going to do coming into the new year is I'm actually going to go on a 3-month social media cleanse, because I want the first 3 months of the year to literally be me forming those habits that will help me become more of myself and more of my best self, and doing that without the lens and perspective of others and what they're doing, because it's just a distraction. I feel like I did not feel at peace with myself for a large majority of this year. People's ridiculous, crazy and amazing amazing opportunities that they had and jobs that they were getting and all of this stuff, it was just a bit too much. And it just made me feel a bit like a failure. And then I said to myself, how can I be a failure? Like, you know when you call yourself a failure, really think about what you're calling yourself. A whole L, a whole letter of the alphabet, a whole as in failure. Even if you have failed something, to call yourself a failure, as in deep that you was like, on the most basic of levels, you was the egg cell that got fertilized. You was the egg cell that made it through 9 months of whatever you call that period, pregnancy, gestation, all of those cycles, splitting of the this and the that. You made it, and you've come to call yourself a failure. As in, God said, that's my child, and now you've come to call it a failure. I just said no. Why is that even an identity that I'm identifying with? Absolutely not. It cannot be. And why? Because I attach myself to my success. And yeah, that's a good thing when you're very successful and everything, that's, you're getting the grades you want and the recognition you want. But then when that's not happening, then you have to really strip it back and be like, actually, who am I? And why do I feel like a shell of myself when I don't feel like I've got the amazing job and these external factors? Because I haven't done the internal work to understand that I'm attached to success, and I've made my successes my identity. And that is literally shoved down your throat now all the time. Like, this person is #1 here, this person is the first person to do this person is tweeting about how they got this promotion, this person is Snapchatting. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and it's so hard to not become attached to your success, or to think of yourself as a failure if you feel like you're not living up to those expectations. But I am here to tell you today, I am like, now it's a preaching thing, forget what I said before. I'm actually here to tell you today, there is no way that you're going to let something external impact your identity, because your identity is you that are watching this right now. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You have an amazing brain and an amazing drive and an amazing will that will get you to whatever point you want to get to. And stop limiting yourself to, if it's not here in a week, if it's not here in a month, if it's not here in a year, then it means I'm a failure, there's something wrong with me. No, just become more of yourself. Do more of the work to be more of yourself. And that's actually all we can do in the new year. This isn't working, how can I improve it? How can I improve it? You have to be relentless. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, the only thing standing between you and your accomplishment is your level of perseverance. Yeah, some people might start off, you know, with a little bit of a head start, but ultimately, the only thing that's stopping you from getting from point A to point B is perseverance, creating the doors that won't open for you, knocking down the doors that won't open for you, cracking open a window to get into the building of wherever the hell you're not allowed to be let into. But that does not mean robbery, ladies and gentlemen, because we do not condone crime. This is all metaphorically speaking. And I'm really excited. And I'm not even just going to say for the new year, I'm just excited to sit down and make my plans and surrender and just become more of myself. And I just wanted to leave you with this. So I went to a law talk. Obviously, I am pursuing a legal career. I'm pursuing and I'm persevering in having a legal career. Watch this space, honey. And I went to an event, and one of the things the guy was saying is basically saying, don't forget that there's not only one path to get to where you're trying to get to. Like, if you think of this career as a motorway, there's so many people on the motorway and it's so congested, and yeah, people are making it through, but it's taken a long time, and some people are just broken down on the side of the road because they can't get nowhere anymore, and they've just lost hope, they've lost faith, they feel like they can't do it, they're just broken down waiting for roadside AA assistance to come help them. But then some people have taken the initiative. Some people have taken the initiative and used the side roads and used the unconventional ways to get to where you want to get to. That's amazing advice, because where you're trying to get to and what you're trying to do, a lot of the time we're just looking at this one big motorway and this one big path, and if we can't get through and we're not there in time, then that's it. I'm gonna be broken down on the side of the road, I'm damaged goods, I'm waiting for roadside assistance to come help me out because I need a miracle. Or you could use your initiative and take the side roads, gain the experiences, gain the opportunities, become more of yourself, meet more people, do more good, like be helpful, be impactful, and pick up skills that you would have never picked up if you had just stayed on this one road. And stop watching others, stop watching, oh, but everyone's on the motorway, so if I'm not on the motorway then I can't get to the destination. Hold on, but if you take the side road now, you actually gonna get to that destination quicker than you even thought. But because you're looking at all the people on the motorway, you're like, nah, this can't be right, this can't be right, like if I'm not on the motorway then I'm not getting there, kind of thing. But let that be my Christmas gift to you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy the festivities, enjoy the drinks, enjoy the food, enjoy the people, enjoy the music, enjoy the movies, enjoy the laziness of it all, enjoy the gluttony of it all. Just enjoy it, man. Life is for the living, so live. All 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 of you that watch this video, thank you if you made it this far. Yeah, man, what can I say? It's been a bumpy ride. It's been a bumpy ride, but we're here.